Hey everyone, so we're very happy today. Alexis, where are we?
Looking for crystals.
Crystals. We are at the Coleman Crystal Mine, and I'm very excited to find some quartz crystals because, yes, Arkansas, need I say more? So, yeah, we don't have a whole lot of time, unfortunately, but we'll see what we can do. Alrighty, guys, that is my first Arkansas point, and it's a little baby, and I love it. I keep finding a bunch of little clusters like this, which I'm very excited to see clean. So right now you can't really tell how good they are until you actually get into them, but they're covered in that mud, so we'll find out. Oh, hey. That is a cute little point. Ooh, nice little point. All right. Well, good. All right. At least we're not leaving skunked already. All right, I think I got a semi-decent one right here. My theory was coming to the edge of the boundary. I figure maybe less people hunt right along the edge. That's how it is at Crystal Park too. Yeah, not bad. That's a perfectly fine one. I'll definitely accept that. Heck yeah. Finding a ton of like perfect little ones. One sec actually. Here. Come on, hands, work with me. Work with my hands. Ignore the other stuff, but yeah. Bunch of little ones. Most of them are actually in my backpack already. Some of these are actually really nice. Good little ones. I'm always happy with little ones because that is faceting rough. It's actually what I use to prototype, basically. Whenever I am faceting and I have a new pattern, well, you want to have practice before you do it for the first time. So I always use clear quartz because it's cheap and doesn't, you know, it's not the end of the world if I ruin it. And finding a bunch of plates, which makes me happy. I love seeing those. I'm gonna swap cameras in just a second. And it's a bummer we couldn't get here earlier in the day. I'm sure this is probably pretty picked over. It's not bad. It's a good little one. I'd be satisfied with that, I think. Want more of those clusters. There's some really nice clusters. Now that, I think, is a good one. Oh yeah. That is much better. Heck yeah. I'll be happy with that. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, whoa. That got bigger. Okay, that is clay. One sec. Whoa. Okay. That got considerably nicer. There's a bunch of points in there. Yeah, that actually could be pretty good. Again, this is kind of torture, not because I didn't bring water, so it's like no way of knowing how good, but that looks like it's going to be pretty good. I think this is a decent little one. Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's so weird how thin it is. That's cool. Yeah, I can be happy with that. That's awesome. Okay, just pop this one free. That's what I mean when I say they're perfect for faceting. They make such good little practice stones. So nice and clear. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, that definitely looks like a decent one. Oh heck yeah. Oh, that's nice. That is a decent one. Heck yeah. Another good little one. All right, I think we're getting close to the end of our time. I knew we weren't gonna have much time to do real digging, so I thought I'd just poke around and do some surface collecting. I know that there's probably much larger ones here, but hey, gotta make the best with the time you have, I suppose. That being said, I am still very happy with what we found so far. I think they are going to get drastically nicer once we actually get them clean. You found a bunch of little ones?
I found a few.
Clusters? Ooh, that looks like a good plate.
Found that on the top.
Oh, that's nice.
No, I think for an hour we did good.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Again, these are going to transform once we get them clean too, so yeah. I think it'll look even nicer. Just the downside to some of the cross-country road trips on a time frame, a tight schedule. It's like race to one spot so we can have an hour.
Yeah, the only other option would be that we stay over here tonight and do some in the morning, but that means we skip out on a few other options. Yeah, exactly. Whereas I think this is the kind of area that I'd rather just come back and spend time on. Like, this deserves a full day to get some good stuff.
do one of the tours maybe.
Yeah, to actually dig at something big.
Yeah, exactly. I think I just found a good cluster right on the way up. That's awesome. All right, I just rinsed that one cluster off. That's just going to be really nice, actually. Still need to deep clean it like way more, but yeah, I'm happy with that. That's really pretty. Yeah, we'll have to come back and devote some more time here because you can just see all the signs that there's big stuff here. Also doesn't help that we got here like the last hour of the day, so it's probably a little picked over too. That mud's not coming off ever. Check this out, you guys. They have these out in the parking lot. Yeah, this is like an example of the raw material, big boulders that they're pulling out.
Big that
yeah,
one
look
is.
How monstrous that one is back here.
That's so cool.
That is so freaking cool.
They're so cool.
I love it. That's why it's like one of my biggest wants, to pull a big crystal just once. I know we didn't have enough time. It was unrealistic today, but so badly I want to experience that. But then look at this one. These are all points. Like literally every one of these is a point. That is absolutely amazing. I love it so much. All right, yep, we're coming back to Arkansas. Coming back, gotta come back. These are the crystals that we got from Arkansas. The loose crystals. We got some better clusters that I will show in just a little bit, but these are the loose crystals. You know, they're fine. There's nothing insane about any of them. I think that either this one right here or this one were our biggest, nicest ones. Which, you know, for Arkansas, this is nothing. So yeah, I don't blame the site. I blame the fact that we barely had any time. But we're gonna do something now. As they sit, these are nothing special. So we're going to make them very, very special. And it's possible due to how crystal freaking clear these things are. The clarity is phenomenal. So when I talk about making a crystal better than it currently is, and then mention how clear it is, you're probably thinking faceting, right? Well, you'd be wrong. What we're actually gonna do is this right here. This is a dud. I'm still gonna turn it just because it's, you know, I have it, but it got all filled with bubbles. This is what we're planning on doing, and the end result will be something like this. The only difference being there will be crystals on the inside. And they look awesome. So freaking cool. So yeah, we're gonna take these crystals and make an amazing specimen. So first things first, we need to take a log. Wow, that was easy. We have a log now. Flat on one end, a little dished on the other. We have to carve out a little platform. And now we paint it black. All right, now I'm gonna take some of this epoxy right here. That's out of focus and dim, and we're gonna mix them up if it wants to cooperate. Next, I'm gonna take this, which is literally just sand, and we're going to mix this all up. I did not mix up enough. This is not gonna be enough. And now we're gonna make a little spot up here for it to go. And now we put in our crystals. We may have to sit here and hold them in place until they actually start like fully setting. And now what we're left with is it, you know, just a bunch of crystals glued to a log. But it'll get better, I promise. Next, we are taking this, which is Mod Podge, and we are going to brush a layer all the way around. And this is very important because it's going to make a seal when we come back to make our mold. So now we're gonna let this set. I'll be back when it's done. And while we're waiting for that to fully set, we are going to mix something up, and that is this. Liquid glass epoxy. It is a deep pour epoxy, and I freaking love it. There we go. And the reason we get this poured and mixed early is so that the bubbles have time to rise. It doesn't set for like 18 hours, so get it mixed early. All of the bubbles should pretty much be risen out by the time you actually go to pour. Okay, and now that that is mostly cured, we're going to brush on another coat. Now, while that coat is still wet, we're gonna take this, which is wax paper, and lay it down on our piece like this. Now we can go along the bottoms like this. and that will seal this off completely. So this will be a watertight container once it has cured all the way. All right, now I'm gonna go take advantage of the fact that it's almost 100 degrees. Actually, I think it's over 100 degrees today. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna set this outside and take advantage of the fact that it's hot as heck. Now it is dry enough to pour. Now comes the moment of truth, and it's stressful every single time. It, in theory, works perfectly. But sometimes you miss one little spot and then you lose all your resin, and it is awful. That's actually why my bench looks the way it does, because there's been resin spills many times. All right, now we ignore this and let it sit for 3 days. So I'll be back when that happens. All right, it is several days later, and also a horrible spill later that took out a chunk. I literally glued this to the bench. Yeah, it was kind of a disaster, if I'm being honest. It actually drained out, and I had to re-pour it. Now, I came in the next day for work, and it was just empty. Anyway, it's cured, it's good to go. So now we are going to prepare to hook it up to the lathe. Alright, here it is. Perfect little crystal cluster trapped in a crystal globe. That's crystal. A while back, I discovered something completely by accident. I learned that if you take a clear quartz crystal, encase it in resin that is clear, not tinted, but clear, the result is you get a little shroud of rainbow surrounding every crystal if you hold a light behind it. And it is the coolest freaking thing ever. Look at that. Look at that. It's so cool. Oh, I love it. It never gets old. I love seeing it so much. Let's see all the blue little flares in there. So yeah, we just took our not super noteworthy or great crystals and turned them into a very, very cool little specimen. And here are some of my other favorite finds. We did actually get quite a few nice clusters. Some of them are not like super well defined, but some of them are really nice. I know these are tiny, but they're just some really nice crystal clear crystals in there. We got something like this where you can just see all of the crystals intertwined together.
Again, it's not the best, but I like them. I actually really like finding clusters. I would rather find clusters than single crystals. I'm trying to get this to show. There we go. There's some of these I'm not cleaning. This is like so dull on the camera compared to how it is in person. There we go. They've got like little just oxidized rainbow pockets. If I put this in iron out, that's gone. So some of these I will be leaving. Oh, come on. I'm trying to get it to flare. See that rainbow pocket. There's another pocket on this face. I'm just trying to get it to cooperate. Well, anyway. If I put this in iron out, that rainbow is gone, and I definitely want to keep that rainbow because it's really cool. We got this cluster right here, which actually has some good points, and some more rainbow pockets, which makes me happy. So again, this is not going to be going in the iron out. I could get rid of that yellow staining, but the yellow staining is actually what's causing that. We found a couple loose crystals like this, which makes me super happy because that's not the kind of crystal you would normally find in like Crystal Park. It's just so flat. It's like a little blade. Terminations on all faces. It's just so different. That's so cool. So yeah, I like seeing that. That is not one you would typically find like at Crystal Park. These two were definitely my favorites though. We got this cluster right here, which actually has like a ton of points in it. It's little and I need to clean it out better, but yeah, there's a ton of little tiny points in there. I was pretty happy about that one. But this one here is definitely the nicest cluster. I need to put this one through iron out. It does not have any of the rainbows, so I'm fine doing that. But there is just so many pockets with good crystals in it. In them, I guess I should say. It's just so white that my camera is freaking out because there's so much color contrast. Two nice points right there with terminated faces. Another one attached to it. I love this little pocket right here, which I still need to clean out better. So many little points in that pocket. But I love that one right there. That one, that's just so nice. And there's a bunch down in that pocket. Even more points down in here. So I'm kind of thinking about taking the scribe and seeing if I can open up more of those pockets, because that one actually goes super deep, which makes me think there's probably another pocket like this in this area. I just have to uncover it. I don't know. I love finding stuff like this. There's so many crystals in there. So yeah, as far as Arkansas crystals go, it is absolutely nothing special. I mean, this is like a bad day for Arkansas, but it's still so cool. And you know, I can't complain when I can just make stuff like this. I love making these things, and that is just so pretty. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. While I am bummed we didn't find bigger, better crystals, I am still very happy that we made it, you know, a priority to go over there, because I really do love finding those clusters of crystals. They're just so cool, and they're so very different. Even though we were finding similar size-wise as what we would find at Crystal Park, the crystal structure is just entirely different than it was in Crystal Park, which is like the only other place I have regular experience crystal hunting. And even though we didn't find any monsters, it's never a loss, because quartz crystals are one of those unique things where there's always something you can do with them. So it is never a wash. Even though we didn't find a whole lot of specimen grade crystals, or any really to be specific, I did still find enough to make a couple nice orbs, which is good enough for me. So absolutely 100%. I don't know if next year or the year after, but we're going back, and I want to do over, and we'll give it the time it actually deserves. Maybe do one of the tours where they take you to better spots. After seeing what Derek got, that's what I really want to do. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time.